Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Ellis Nordhoff, and today I'm here with some outgoing transfer news. Ben Godfrey has joined Atalanta in Italy for a fee of £12 million. We've sold the defender now on a permanent transfer, and he will be leaving Everton after his 4-year stay. He did join originally in the Ancelotti era, in that incredible Ancelotti summer when we signed Abdoulaye Doucouré, Allen, James Rodriguez, and Ben Godfrey. He cost £20 million originally, so quite a lot of money at the time, but it was for a player who was touted as going to be one of the best young centre backs. And he came from Norwich. He looked like a bright young player who was going to grow and develop. And I suppose it didn't quite turn into that for Ben Godfrey, but a player who Evertonians will look back on and at least appreciate for some of the things that he did, because he was a player who always gave his everything for Everton. Nobody can doubt that. He was a player who had a lot of strengths, but also struggled in different areas. His recovery pace was fantastic, a rapid player, and I'm sure Blues can remember the times at Goodison where he's made those long busting runs to the other end of the pitch. We appreciate that, don't we? And he's also made plenty of last ditch tackles, last ditch blocks. I think that kind of sums him up, to be honest. Last ditch. Maybe because he doesn't quite have that defensive awareness that other players have, he is often forced to do things last ditch, but he did them well at times. And I wish him absolutely all the best. And going to Atalanta now in Italy, obviously a very good side in Europe as well, a team that's impressed over the years. And Gasperini, their manager, he seems to get the best out of all of his players. So I think it's a good move for Ben Godfrey. He has been pictured in the airport, so he's absolutely already in Italy. I'm sure he'll have a great time there. It's a bit warmer there, isn't it? And I think he'll probably play in a back three there as well. Gasperini's side normally set up in a back three, and I think he probably suits that a bit more. I don't think I'd have trusted him personally in a two at Everton, and to get money for him now, I think most people will be pretty pleased with that. So, of course, we bought him originally for £20 million. We've sold him now for 12, and I think the book value that he currently has is £4 million. So the profit that we would get from this is an £8 million profit. And remember, that is before June the 30th. So this means that it can really help us with our PSR struggles. Selling a player like Ben Godfrey, who is on the fringes and I suppose his surplus to requirements, is really useful for that PSR threshold, because it might just keep us under without having to sell someone like Jared Brownthwaite. So got loads of good things to say about Ben Godfrey. He's done a lot of things for us in difficult moments. He's filled in at left back, he's filled in at right back, and done a decent job at times. I can remember back when he was playing under Ancelotti in that COVID season when we played four centre backs, and he did really well actually as the left back in that setup. So he has been versatile. He's filled in when he's needed to, and he's shown a lot of promise in some aspects. And then there's some clear weaknesses where you just knew he was never quite going to be what we needed. I think the biggest problem was probably awareness and his aerial ability. He wasn't great at winning headers, was he? I think that's something that hindered him quite a lot. And, if you get caught with a ball going over your head, that can get you in trouble a lot of times. And the lack of awareness is something that I suppose a centre back in the Premier League can't really afford to have. So I wish him all the best at Atalanta. I think he'll do really well there. We've seen other English centre backs go there and do really well. Tomori's gone to Italy. Chris Smalling's gone to Italy. Both done really well. So fingers crossed for him. He'll be playing with Ademola Lookman, who he may or may not know. I wonder if there'll be a link there. I'm not sure if Lookman was still at the club at the time, but be interesting for Evertonians to watch Lookman and Godfrey in the same team. But yeah, Ben Godfrey is gone before the PSR deadline. Hopefully that means we're under the threshold and we don't have to worry quite as much. But from every Evertonian here, we wish Ben all the best. I'm sure you guys agree with me. And let me know in the comments, do you think this is a good deal? £12 million from originally paying 20? I'd say that's all right. But he's gone. He's left Everton. Thank you for everything, Ben Godfrey. And that is all for now. See you later.